of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila
Mataji,
Prabhupada.
please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Ramya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvindaksha Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear Nandapriya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi in Canada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nandapriya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please
Go
give
ahead.
it, Mataji.
Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Nandapriya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nandapriya Narmada Mataji. My humble obeisances to you and all assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Param Pavani Shama Devidasi from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Param Pavani Shama Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Are there any other devotees who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Nanda. Okay. Hare Krishna, Nandapriya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shamagari Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Once again, welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji with us to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7.9.53 sloka. Before handing over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to ask Aditi Mataji to go ahead and give a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Mataji, please take it. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Mataji, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are very fortunate to have once again Dr. Keshavanand Prabhuji this morning. And this is a brief introduction for him. Dr. Keshavanand was a professional doctor for many years, and he is now a practicing monk. Since the last 20 years, he has conducted extensive research and authored books in the field of science and spirituality. He feels the rift between science and spirituality must disappear to bring peace in the world. If spirituality is a superstitious and a myth, science is materialistic and atheistic. A new approach to life is needed today that can bring the best of both. Science must re-embrace spirituality and be humble to admit its defects, flaws, and ignorance, and spirituality must base itself on sound, scientific, and rational ideas. Keshavanand Prabhuji has studied both Vedic and Western philosophy. Besides learning Sanskrit, he also learned Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, and Kannada to know about other traditions. His persistent endeavor in the field of science and spirituality has enabled him to come up with many seminars on diverse topics like science and the Vedas, mind and machines, science fails to explain life, consciousness, and beyond, etc., that he has presented in various colleges in India, Europe, and America. Under the guidance of his spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, he has also started a Gurukula, a traditional system of Vedic education in Punjab, India, where children learn the ancient Vedic culture and values. Besides, he has started a farm community. The community has a traditional way of living with mud huts and thatched roofs, with cows and, of course, farming. The community will set a model for the world to show how to live a life based on the principles of simple living, high thinking. Dandavat pranam to Keshavanand Prabhuji. Over to you, Mataji.
Thank you for the introduction. Looks like Prabhuji has not yet joined the call. Before Prabhuji joins, if anyone would like to introduce themselves, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Nandapriya, Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, Dandavat pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
I think he has joined, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Can you share the words, Mataji?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, now we can see. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat pranams. Please accept our
Hare
humble
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The text set to 7:953. Mam aprinata ayushman darshanam durlabam hime rishtva mam na punarjantur atmanam taptumarhati. Synonyms I'll read later. Translation. My dear Prahlad, may you live a long time. One cannot appreciate or understand me without pleasing me. But one who has seen or pleased me has nothing more for which to lament for his own satisfaction. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. One cannot be happy under any circumstances unless one pleases Supreme Personality of Godhead. But one who has learned how to please Supreme Lord need no longer lament for his material condition. 7:953. So, Mam aprinata ayushman darshanam durlabam ime drishtva mam na punarjantur atmanam taptumarhati. I just Magyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalaka Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Vedanta Swami Namne. So as they go over one. So Prahlad is saying, actually Lord Narasimha is saying, Mam aprinata ayushman. Without pleasing me. Yet this word prinata is very important here because Prinanam. Prinanam word is used in Hari Bhakti Vilas, which means please. Aprinanam means that you cannot please. This Madhvacharya has written a song, Prinamayo Vasudeva. He has written a song that, oh my Lord Krishna, please become pleased with me. This in Hari Bhakti Vilas, when we do Ekadashi, at that time this word is used, that Hari Prinanamastu. Prinanam comes from the word Priti, Priti, Prinanam, like that. Hari, so Hari Bhakti Vilas says, Hari Prinanamastu, that whatever I do, it's for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So Lord Narasimha is actually invoking the same principle, Mam Aprinata. If I am not pleased, then what's the use of pleasing anyone? And if everyone is pleased, and I am not pleased, then what's the use of pleasing everyone? And if I am pleased, then what's the use of pleasing everyone? Because if I am pleased, then everyone is automatically pleased. So in both conditions, pleasing Krishna is not a, in both conditions, pleasing others except Krishna doesn't make any sense. Just like Narad Muni says, if you please me, Narad Muni saying, if you please Krishna, what's the use of doing austerities? And if you don't please Krishna, then anyway, what's the use of doing austerities? So that's the whole point. So Mam Aprinata. That's what Krishna is saying. If you don't please me, then you can't have any realizations. Only when I am pleased, only then devotees have realizations. Otherwise, there is no realizations. The point is, we can do our sadhana, we can do everything, but the aim and object of all sadhana is to please Krishna. If he is pleased, then darshanam, then he will give his darshan. If he's not pleased, then whatever we do, he'll not meet you. It's as simple as that. Suppose if you want to meet me, and if I don't like, if I'm not pleased, then I will say, I don't want to meet you. That's all. You may do whatever you want. You can call me. You can give me a mail. You can do WhatsApp. But I don't want to meet you. That's all. Finished. Full stop. So similarly here, if Krishna is pleased, then he will. Then you don't have to go and meet him. He will come and meet. So if you like somebody, then he'll come and meet you. Otherwise, if you don't like somebody, then why would anybody come and meet? It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. So the idea is to please him. Then he will give his darshanam durlabham, which is very difficult to see. Now this is a process of bhakti. Yoga and yogis and jnanis, they want to meet Krishna, and they want to meet Krishna by their own own power. They want to purify themselves and come in contact with God. But by their own efforts, it's almost impossible to have darshan of God. By your own efforts, you can maximum reach Brahma. You can maximum reach you can maximum merge into the effulgence of God, or you can approach effulgence of God. But as far as seeing God, that's not possible. That's impossible. So that's the point. So the point is to please him. Now, the idea is, then you might ask, what's the use of sadhana? If when Krishna is pleased and he gives his audience to us, then what is the use of sadhana? Well, what is the use of sadhana? Sadhana helps us to actually invoke the mercy, invoke the pleasure of Lord. Sadhana is not there to actually meet God. Sadhana is not there to achieve God, to achieve Krishna, but sadhana is there to invoke his mercy, and then he will make himself attain him. I mean to say, the idea is, you're trying to attain God through God. We are trying to attain Krishna through his help. So it is said you are trying to meet God through God. That's the whole idea. Krishna is himself making himself available to us. That's the idea. Otherwise, it's impossible to meet him. And that's the theme which actually Lord Narasimha is raising here. Mama Prinata. If I am not pleased, then nothing can happen. Then you can't meet me. So that's the whole idea. We should do sadhana in such a way that he's pleased. We can also do sadhana in such a way that he is not pleased. We can do in such a, for example, offensive sadhana. We're doing sadhana with offensive, then he's not pleased. Then what's the point of doing it? So do less, but do correctly. That's the whole point. Do less, but do it correctly. That's the whole point there. Now, that's what he's saying here. Lord Narasimha is saying, Darshanam Durlabham. Now, the darshan of Lord is very difficult to attain. To see him face to face. Srila Prabhupada says, the aim and object of Krishna consciousness is to see him face to face. That's the aim and object of Krishna consciousness. To see him face to face. So how do you see him face to face? Bhakti Srila Prabhupada said that one day will come when you will see him, talk to him, play with him, and that's what we want. Now, your question is, when can we see Krishna? We are all, I mean to say, we are doing our sadhana, we are doing everything. We are doing Mangala Arati, we are doing our sadhana, we are doing blah, 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 whatever we are doing. So how can we see Krishna? In spite of the fact that we are trying our best, still we cannot see Krishna. So that's what Krishna is saying. Darshanam Durlabham. It is Durlabh. It is rare. Why it is rare? Because you can see Krishna when you have intense desire to see. Only then you can see. When you have intense desire to see. Otherwise, you will not be able to see. Just like today morning, I was telling a story. This Akbar, he had a question. How can we meet God? And he asked many saints, but it was not satisfactory. So he actually he was asking saints. So somebody told him, go to Vrindavan and ask Vithaleshwarji. So Vithaleshwarji, he was the son of Vallabhacharya. I think they asked him to meet him. So he went to Vrindavan and he wanted to have his audience. So he was waiting. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. And Vithaleshji, he didn't come and meet him. So when he was becoming mad, Akbar was becoming mad. What's happening? I have so much work. I'm a king and I'm getting frustrated. So he was telling whether he knows I am Akbar or not. Everybody told he knows, but he is like just not meeting you. So after 8 hours, he came with Haleshwarji. And then he told Akbar, see, I have answered your question. And he went back inside. So Akbar was quite intelligent actually. And he understood the answer. And Akbar, he understood the answer and he said, oh yeah, now I understand the answer. And the answer was that Akbar, because he was becoming mad to meet him, he was becoming frustrated to meet, then only he came, but Haresh. So if you're becoming mad to meet Krishna, then he will. It's as simple as that. There is no rocket science in that. Becoming mad to meet him, he will meet you. If you don't want to meet, if you are having less desire, if you are waiting for Krishna and we are not becoming frustrated When will I meet? There's no intense desire, then he will wait. He wants to intensify desire. So how to intensify our desire? By sadhana. There is no other way to intensify our desire except sadhana. So sadhana is required to produce a desire to meet. That's the whole idea. Sadhana will not make you meet God per se. God, Krishna is available only when he wants to meet. There is no other way. So you attain God through God. That's the principle. And that's very important principle. And that's what he's saying. Mam aprinataya Vishman. That's what Lord Narasimha is saying. If I am not pleased, then you will not be able to see. Drishtva mam na punarjantur atmanam taptamarhati. And but anyone who has pleased me, na punarjantur, then he doesn't have to again taptumarhati. Then taptu means again, then he doesn't have to suffer any sufferings and he doesn't have to lament anything. And that's the whole idea. The whole idea is to actually, this is a very important point by the way, in Ramanuja Sampradaya. In our Sampradaya, Prabhupada also says this. In our Sampradaya, Sadhe and Saadhan is same. Sadhe is God. Saadhan is again God in form of holy name. So Sadhe and Sadhan are same. Sadhe is Krishna. Saadhan is Krishna himself. So he makes himself available in form of holy name. And when he makes himself available in the form of holy name, then what happens? Then we chant holy names, we come in contact with him. And through the power of holy names, the heart is purified and we develop. In a purified heart only we can develop a desire to meet. Because impure heart will want to meet impure people. Pure heart will want to meet pure people, isn't it? So devotees hanker for the association of saints. Non-devotees hanker association for the association of non-devotees. That's all. So like attracts like. So that's the whole point there. This whole point of this whole philosophy of sadhya and sadhana is one, is very important to understand. Because now you might say, why to understand all these things? Why at all to understand? This is complex. No, this has to be understood. Because if you think that your sadhana will make you attain God, then you will get ahankar of your sadhana. Then you will be egoistic of your sadhana. And that will be a big problem. You'll be egoistic of your own sadhana, and that's a big problem. So if you are egoistic of a sadhana, then Krishna is not available. Any pinch of false ego, Krishna will leave. In Ras Leela, he left. Why? Because gopis were thinking, oh, we are so special. Krishna called us, he didn't call anybody. And Krishna disappeared. So that is the point there. The point is to understand this concept. By understanding this concept that Krishna is both sadhana and sadhe, will not develop false ego of our sadhana. True devotee thinks, by my sadhana, I can't attain Krishna. It is not just sufficient. Then how do you attain him? Devotee thinks, by his mercy we can attain. And then how do you attain his mercy? True sadhana. What kind of sadhana you can attain mercy? By pure sadhana? No. Because we can't do absolutely 100% pure sadhana. By a sincere sadhana. A sadhana in which there is a desire to actually please him, by that kind of sadhana. Your sadhana might not be perfect. That's not required. It's actually not required. What is required is that is not required. What is required is your desire to please in sadhana. That might be weak. That's okay. That is what Krishna is looking for. He's not looking for perfect sadhana that you are chanting whole day or you're chanting 3 lakh names or you're absolutely pure. No, he's not looking for that actually. So he's looking for a desire to meet him. Now you might say, well, to have a desire to meet him, our heart should be absolutely pure, 100%. Yeah, but the whole point is, if you develop a desire to meet him, Krishna will make your heart pure. And that is why Krishna is Sadhya and Sadhan. He will help you in everything. We just have to, there's a saint, so Sufi saint, he said that we don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to walk on the path of spirituality. We simply have to remove the stones in front of us. And Krishna will pull us. You remove the stones and he will pull us. But if he's pulling us and if there are big stones in front of us, how we will attain him? Even the stones, Krishna will remove. If you want to meet him, if you like him, if you have a desire to meet him, he will remove stones for you. Of course, some part you have to play. You have to show that I want to make my heart pure, and you have to start cleaning your heart. But once you take one step, Krishna takes 10 steps. So in other words, he is doing everything. Everything he is doing, making your heart pure, making himself available to you, giving you realizations, and taking you to perfection. Then you might ask what we are doing. Well, you are taking one step. You are following his instructions with the aim to please him. That's all. Or we are trying to develop a desire to meet him through our sadhana. That's all. So I'll give you a simple example. A child is there. How Prabhupada says, no, your chanting should be like a child's cry, isn't it? When the child cries, the mother comes and picks him or her in her lap. Child doesn't have to do anything, simply have to cry. But that's the whole point. To cry for Lord, that doesn't come so quickly. Why doesn't it why doesn't it come so quickly? Because we are distracted. We are distracted here and there. And that is why it doesn't come so quickly. So we have to stop our distraction and take one step. Start cleaning your heart. Krishna not expecting that you'll clean your complete heart. That's not possible. The impurities in our heart is like ocean. So many of them we ourselves do not. But start cleaning your heart. Show to Krishna that you want to make your heart by starting something. Rest he will do. Show to Krishna that you want to meet him by chanting, by reading his pastimes, and rest he will do. Show to Krishna, I want to please you, and the rest he will do. You have to show. So sadhana is there to show him, to actually you see, if somebody wants to meet you, You have to be convinced that, like, he really wants to meet. You have to be convinced. Like, for example, if a boy proposes a girl, I want to marry you. So the girl should develop a faith on the boy that, okay, you really want to marry me. So the boy has to spend some time with the girl. He has to, like, give some gifts or do something, prove himself that I love him. And then the girl will say, okay, fine. Similarly, sadhana is there to prove to Krishna that we want you. So when Krishna is convinced, then fine. Then there is a marriage between you and God. Actually, Christianity says marriage. This term is used. Marriage is a technical term. It's not I'm not just using just like that. So that's the whole idea there in this verse. This verse looks simple, but it's not simple. Bhagavatam is all about. Bhagavatam is very deep, isn't it? Every verse of Bhagavatam is actually putting forth a philosophical concept. That's what is Bhagavatam. So although Prahlad is saying, so this is Lord saying to him. And then the Lord is saying, he's making another point. Let's go to another point. He's saying, if you attain me, then tapto marati, then there is no need of any lamentation and miseries. You're done. Why? Because once we attain Krishna, then it is his responsibility for our life. Just like child's response, parents have responsibility, for the child, isn't it? So it is his responsibility. So that's the whole point there, isn't it? So parents take care of the child. It is the parents feel their responsibility. It's not like artificially imposed. They feel we have to take care of her. It's natural. So once you develop contact with God, Krishna feels that it's my responsibility. That's Prahlad's case, no? Krishna felt that it's my responsibility to save Prahlad. And that's why he was saving him. Lakshmi, she asked Vishnu, why you are going out of the way to save this boy? So Vishnu said, I'm not going out of. I'm not saving him, I'm saving myself. Because I actually identify with him. He's like my son. So saving your son is saving yourself. And that's how it goes. So that's the point there. In the next point, so Krishna says, you connect with me. And then all your miseries, all your sorrows will be finished. There is no other way to finish sorrows of this material existence, especially birth, that is old age. There is no other way. So Krishna is, Lord Narasimha is trying to make 2 points here. One point in first 2 lines is actually that sadhya and sadhan is one. I'll put in technical language. Goal and the process is same. And the next 2 lines, he's trying to make a point that once you come in contact with me, your all miseries are over once and for all. Why? Because it is my response. Then it becomes my responsibility to take care of. This is technically called Samlesh Bhav. Samlesh Bhav means you become one with God in love. Then Krishna thinks Krishna thinks I'm actually protecting myself. Protecting your family is protecting yourself, isn't it? So Samlesh Bhav, that is technical part. So first 2 lines are giving concept Sadhe Sadhan is one. And the second 2 lines are giving Samlesh Bhav. That's it. This is the whole verse there. And this whole verse there, that is why if you read Prahlad Maharaj's praises or glorification, they might seem very simple and very easy, but they're not simple and easy. And why they appear so simple? Now, you might read this verse, okay, Lord Narasimha is saying, if you please me, if you, my dear Prahlad, one cannot appreciate, understand me without pleasing me, but when he has seen and pleased me, has nothing more for which to lament for his own satisfaction. It appears so simple. Why it appears so simple? Because you see, experts, Prahlad is expert. That is the beauty of expert. Experts lay down complex things in simple words. If you read Vedanta Sutra and all this, or technical terms, what I have told, it is there, because Vyasadev's whole intention was to preach to philosophers. So he put it in technical language. But Prahlad is speaking in a very simple language. Why? Because Prahlad, he is, yeah. So why speaking in a simple language? Because he's expert in the subject matter. Doesn't have to bring technical terms. He's putting in simple language. But we need a but we need to, but because we are not so simple, we can't relate to it. We can't relate to it. We read it and okay, fine, we know this. That is why we need some philosophical explanation to this verse, what I told you. But we are a little complex. Complex, or in other words, we are a little immature. So these simple things appear, so we can't really understand the intricacies of these simple things so easily. We can't really enter the depth of this verse so easily. And that, I mean to say, that is why we have commentaries, isn't it? Srila Prabhupada writes a commentary here, but there are commentaries of other acharyas also who actually deal with these complex concepts in this simple verse. And that's okay. We need, every verse requires simple, complex, or Srila Prabhupada says we should read every verse scrutinizingly. Prabhupada said in first canto, every verse of Bhagavatam should be read scrutinizingly. And that's all. That's it. So, yeah, so you know what? I used to read Prahlad Maharaj's Stuti. I mean to say, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to listen to Prahlad Maharaj's prayers from Gadadhar Pandit again and again, again and again. So I used to read, I used to say, come on, it's so easy. Like, why, again, Prahlad is saying, surrender to Lord. Lord is saying, please me. Like, we all know. Yeah. We all know. Yeah, we are hearing again and again. So I used to think, what is this? This is such a repetition. Kunti is saying the same thing, Prahlad is saying the same thing, Bhishma is saying the same thing. What's happening? It's not the same thing. So when you go in deep, then you understand, oh, actually, you know what is happening is they're actually expressing deep philosophical concepts in very simple language. That is Bhagavatam, by the way. And that is why you see Bhagavatam is the only book which is open to a lot of sahijism, a lot of sentimentalism. This is, although Bhagavatam is the top. Why? Because Bhagavatam is for Paramahamsas, isn't it? Paramahamsa Shastra. Now, Paramahamsas will not talk in complex language. Paramahamsas talk in simple language. PhD. So if you meet a PhD physics, if two PhD physics are talking, you will see they'll be talking in a very normal language. They will not use technical terms because they know everything. But when you go and read PhD physics and books, you might say, come on, it's so difficult. But a professor will come, PhD physics, to teach students. He will put in very simple language, isn't it? In the class. So you might think, oh, this was so simple, but books we can't understand. This is Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is actually professor language to students. That is why it is put simply so that people can understand. People who are, then if you take association of devotees, then you can go more deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. There is no limit to any verse. It's limitless. So my request is that Yeah, I mean, you are all discussing Prahlad Maharaj, Stuti and all these things. Try to, you know what, when you read Bhagavatam, try to pinpoint a philosophical concept behind these lines. Just like I told you, first two lines are talking about a concept, Sadhe Sadhan is one. Second two lines are talking about concept, Samlesh Bhav. God and devotees become one, and God then thinks it is that I am saving myself. That is Samlesh. So try to pinpoint these philosophical concepts, and then you will see that the whole Bhagavatam will open for you. It's like Bhagavatam is like an open universe. The more you read, the more deeper you can go. And that is why Mahaprabhu is listening to Prahlad Maharaj again and again. Why is listening? He's saying, speak again and again and again and again. Of course, there are so many stutis, Bhishma, Kunti, but he's listening to this. Why? What is there in this? There has to be some oceanic depth. Otherwise, he'll not listen again. And so that is this verse all about. I think I'll end there. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody wants to ask any questions? I don't want to just stretch it out because I've given you the basics there. Hmm. So any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Janmat Pranam. All glories
Hare
to Srila
Krishna.
Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful class. Prabhuji, I had a question, bro. In our daily sevas, how can we remember Krishna like after our sadhana to constantly please Krishna? Because sometimes when after I do my sadhana and then I go to like study or something, I just like completely forget Krishna. How can I remember him always?
Well, the only way to remember Krishna is to remember him. There is no other shortcut. I mean, you have to keep him in your mind.
Hmm.
The only, if Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, there is just one statement you have to learn. You have to remember. I want him. I want him.
Hmm.
And this simple statement will make you remember him always. Just like a boyfriend wants to meet a girlfriend, that's what he wants,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
You know, and the rest follows.
Mm-hmm.
So that this thought, if you keep, okay, I want to meet him, I want to talk to him, then automatically remember him, and you will do everything which will actually help you in this automatically.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, if there's nobody, then
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Anyone would like to go ahead with questions or realizations?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I had a question.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask. So, is pleasing Guru Parampara and orders of the Guru is same as pleasing the Lord?
No, meeting the Lord is different. Following orders of Guru is different. By following the orders of Guru, then you meet him, no?
No, in the beginning of the class, you said, I said in the beginning of the class, you said that pleasing the Lord, I mean, we are trying to please the Lord. So from that perspective, we are trying to, please Srila Prabhupada, and by that, Lord would be pleased. Is that a right assumption?
Fine. I mean to say, pleasing the Lord is pleasing Srila Prabhupada. And when Prabhupada is pleased, when we follow the instructions of spiritual master, then we'll be able to meet him. Yeah. That if you want to make that connection, that's fine.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Maybe I see a question in the chat.
Yeah.
Mausami Mishra Mataji is asking, if we do service or not, it's all about Krishna's will. Like if we do, it's mercy of Krishna and Guru. But if we don't do, then
If we don't do, what's that?
if we get the service and if we do the service, it's a mercy of Krishna and Guru, we say, right? But if we don't get any service, then what to think of that?
Nothing. What to think? You don't have to think anything. I mean to say, if you don't get any service, then there is service of chanting and reading. That's a general instruction. Then we do that. And when Krishna thinks you have to give some special service, then we can do that service. Otherwise, chanting is the best service, isn't it? Chanting, reading, following regs, 4x, that we can do. And help devotees in their service. That we can do. If we don't have a direct service, we can assist. That's also good service.
Thank you, Prabhu. I think Nitika Mataji is there. Mataji, you can go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanvatana.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, in the last class, you had given us a tip that if, while chanting, we should feel that Radha Krishna is around us. So immediately the next day, I tried doing that. And for once, it was very successful that, I felt very ecstatic and it was an amazing feeling. And also, it was intolerable, but it was wonderful. But, that was the only day that the realizations came. And after that, it didn't come, as if, Krishna wants to say, this you won't be able to handle every day. So for once, it's okay. I think because of your blessings and Krishna accepting your words, he, I think you understand what I'm trying to say, that he gave me those ecstatic feelings. So
you do
again, it's not happening.
No, again,
I'm back
see,
to
Narad
normal
Muni,
now.
No, Narad Muni, he meditated, he got ecstatic feelings, and then afterwards he didn't get for some time. So Krishna gave you, now you do and you hanker for that, and then he'll give you again. That's what is happening. He gave you an advertisement. Now he wants
Absolutely.
you to earn it.
Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Priyanka Nagar Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I'm looking at the Bhautikavadi peoples. They have too much desire to attain their goals. Someone want to doctor, someone want to engineer, and they attain it. We know who is Krishna by the mercy of Prabhupada, but
Your signals are gone, Mataji. There are no signals.
Priyanka Mataji, are you there?
Hare Krishna, I am here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's the question? Your signals are not working, Mataji.
Why we don't have such a desire to attain Krishna?
We don't have because we are impure, so it takes time. We have to keep on continuing. That's all. Patience, utsaha, nischay, dhairya. We have to do and continue. Okay. So we'll end up there, Mataji.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhu. I don't find any more questions or hand
Okay.
raised. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your valuable time and association and very nice class. So what I understood is like we have to call out for Krishna through him only. So thank you so much. So our sadhana is also depending on him only. So that is the underline of the class today, which I understood. Thank you so much for that deep understanding. And we wanted association. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, there is one
Should we
question.
continue our service if there is disturbance in chanting and lecture? Yeah, we have to continue our services, of course. But the whole point is we have to then balance our services if there's disturbing in chanting and reading. So balance it out. You talk to your authority, talk to seniors, and balance that out. Otherwise, it will be a chaos. That's all. Everything should be balanced. Krishna Kam, Krishna Nam, Krishna Dham. Krishna Dham is association of devotees and reading. Krishna Nam, chanting, and Krishna Kam, service. All these three has to be balanced.
Okay. So, Prabhu, there is one hand raise. Would you wish to take it?
Okay.
Pitambra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dhanvat Pranam, Mr. Prabhupada. Am I audible, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Prabhu, wonderful class as always. Really grateful to you. Prabhu, there's a quick question. We know yesterday I was listening to this Prayaschitta and atonement process. We know that Vaishnava Aparadha is very, very dangerous. Lordships never ever tolerate Vaishnava Aparadha. Knowingly or unknowingly, even if after having known the gravity of Vaishnava Aparadha, knowingly or unknowingly, if at all we commit some Vaishnava Aparadha, what is the is there any atonement is my first question, and if at all there is any atonement, Prayaschitta, then what it is, Prabhu?
Atonement is ask forgiveness to devotee. That's all. If that devotee is not there, if he's like left his body or sometimes, then serve Vaishnava.
And what is the second one, Prabhu? If he is not there, then
I'm telling serve other devotees.
Okay. Oh, serve Vaishnava. Okay, serve Vaishnava.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Prabhu. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful association. We wanted association in future also. So devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatrapasya kripa sindhu Tapoti Vaishnava Jai Srila Prabhupada His Keshavanand Prabhuji ki Jai.
Hare Bol.
Hare Bol.
Hare Bol.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, dear devotees. Thank you
Hare
for
Krishna.
joining.